instead of pizza, just have an apple instead. Yeah, that'll solve it. What kind of advice is this? Coach Greg, and today I'm going to correct a bunch of dietitians that think they know more than Coach Greg. I don't understand why people keep doubting me at this point. So we have 3 expert dietitians, and they've weighed in on 18 dieting myths. Of course they got it wrong. Do you think dietitians know everything? The video's by Science Insider, and it's got 1.5 million views. That means 1.5 million people are tricked into not knowing how to lose weight. So the video is called Dietitians Debunk 18 Weight Loss Myths. I mean, why don't people just watch Coach Greg and chill? You don't need to watch anybody else. I'm going to give you the quality scientific information that actually works in the real world. So rather than go over all 18 points, I'm going to go over the points that they got wrong. And keep it simple and correct the foolishness.
3 dietitians we brought into our studios to debunk 18 of the most common weight loss myths.
So they're on myth 2 and they already got it wrong. It says, all calories are created equal.
We can have a cookie that's 100 calories. On the other hand, you can have a banana. Do bananas make you fat? Bananas do not make you fat.
No! Calorie surplus makes you fat, whether it's from healthy food, high calorie dense food, low calorie dense food. Calories make you fat if you eat too many of them. So if you eat 5 bananas for 500 calories or 5 cookies for 500 calories, it's still 500 calories. If you eat 500 calories too much, you're gaining weight. You eat too many bananas, you're getting fat. You eat too many cookies, you're getting fat. So the point is, any excess calories can make you fat. And I'm not saying to go out and eat jelly beans, cookies, and cake every day, but I'm saying if you eat too many calories, even if they're healthy calories, you're still going to gain weight. Myth 5 says, skipping breakfast helps you lose weight.
It depends on the body, and it depends on the person and their relationship with food.
Well, technically, yes. If you skip a meal and eat less calories, you're going to lose weight.
For a lot of people, me included, if I don't eat a meal, I usually feel like very deprived, and it's like I want to make up for it later.
I have to agree, I'm like her. I don't want to skip a meal because I want to eat more later in the day. But for some people, intermittent fasting, that's what they want to do. So this is not actually true. Skipping a meal can actually help you lose weight. The problem is, you can't just eat those calories later in the day or it won't work. So this is one of those cases where I halfway agree. Because if you skip a meal, you are going to lose weight if you don't replace those calories anywhere else. Not that you should do that, not that it's better to do it that way, but if you skip a meal, you are of course going to lose weight because you're eating fewer calories. What I don't like is how they refer to this. It depends on their relationship with food. No, it doesn't depend on freaking Dayton Greek yogurt for breakfast. You don't have relationships with food, you have relationships with people. You eat food. If you want to eat breakfast, be my guest. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. But keep in mind, if you skip breakfast and you overeat calories later in the day, you're not losing weight. But if you skip breakfast and you don't need to eat more later in the day, you're going to lose weight.
Fat is incredibly necessary.
But fat-free foods are often loaded with sugar or salt.
Myth 6 is to cut out fat, and I agree with them that you don't need to cut out fat. But what I disagree with is that they're saying don't cut out any of the fat because they're replacing that with sodium and sugar. No, that isn't the case at all sometimes, but not always. So if you're eating high-fat steaks, beef, and meats, choose lower-fat versions. Why wouldn't you do that? It's going to have less calories. It's going to help you lose weight. They don't put a bunch of sugar in extra lean ground chicken. And when you buy 0% Greek yogurt instead of 2%, it doesn't have a bunch of added carbs. So you're wrong. You're tricking people. They're going to watch your video and think, oh, I better have all those fatty items because if not, I'm just going to have more sugar. No, you can have lower fat items that don't have sugar as a replacement. So you're wrong.
Diet sodas are terrible with all the additives, preservatives in them, and the hidden sugar.
I mean, this tip alone shows you they don't know what they're freaking talking about. Of course it does. If you replace regular soda with diet soda, you're eating less calories. You're consuming fewer calories. That's how you lose weight. If everyone stopped drinking regular pop and switched to diet pop, people would be losing weight. If somebody invented 0-calorie cookies and you went from eating a box of Oreos a day to a box of 0-calorie freaking cookies, you would lose weight. You would be eating fewer calories. How can you debate me? How can you debate me that that's wrong? But she tries. So listen to this. Diet sodas have hidden sugars. Hidden. They're hiding somewhere. It's not on the label. It's not on the nutrition label. No, it's hidden. It's on the back of the label. I couldn't see it was hidden. It was behind the label. Oh, no, there's no freaking hidden sugars. It's artificial sweeteners. It's got less calories than last time. If you watch her explain this, you would think, oh, I'm not going to drink Diet Pop. I'm going to drink regular pop. And you know what? She even says she does.
If I'm gonna have a soda, which I have once in a blue moon, it will be the real thing.
No, because that's bad. Wrong.
Better yet, she says, drink water.
Yeah, instead of pizza, just have an apple instead. Yeah, that'll solve it. What kind of advice is this? These are not suitable replacements. They don't make sense. The replacements, they make sense. They gotta be 80% as good as the real thing. Like in my freaking cookbook. Low-calorie, delicious meals that replace what you're already eating. You will lose weight because you'll be eating in a deficit, and being in a deficit, that's how you lose weight.
Water is one of the 6 nutrients that the body needs. And when we're dehydrated, it also mimics the signs of hunger.
Yeah, guess what's in pop? Water! Ooh, you don't think you can get hydrated drinking pop? No, the water in the pop, it doesn't count, even though it's almost 100% water. You take water, add things to it, it makes pop. It's liquid. This is the kind of nonsense that you're gonna learn from dietitians. Remember those 1,000-pound sisters? Oh, we're doing so bad, we drink a lot of Diet Pop. And the doctor's like, yeah, that's it, that's why. Oh, goodness. No, that's the one freaking thing they were doing right. You can have Diet Pop. Stop thinking that's bad. If you're drinking regular pop, switch to diet.
Pro tip for cooking with olive oil.
Put it in, wait till your pan is hot. Once it's hot, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
And yes, a lot of the information that they're saying is in fact correct. I'm just picking on the bad stuff, but one of these tips, she said, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil when cooking. I'm gonna suggest just spray 1 to 2 seconds a pan. You don't need to cook with a ton of oil to cook your vegetables. Just because you're eating broccoli doesn't mean you need 1 to 2 extra tablespoons. She said there's 128 calories per tablespoon, so if you're adding 2, that's 256 calories. 256 calories, you're probably gonna have 50 calories worth of the broccoli and 260 calories of the oil. A lot of people are like, I eat healthy, I eat vegetables all the time, I'm not in a deficit. They're not even counting the calories in the oils that they're cooking with. It's happened with me all the time coaching clients. I'm like, explain to me how you're cooking your food. And it's like, well, I just use a couple tablespoons of oil when I cook it. Whoa, couple tablespoons. You gotta stop cooking with so much oil. It's so many extra calories that you're not aware of. It looks like it's just a tiny amount, but pretty soon you're free pouring and you're putting on the olive oil. You've seen that in previous videos. Oh my goodness, there's a bit of oil and 1,000 calories later and you don't even realize it.
BMI is a very inaccurate measure of health. It is just looking at your height and weight without taking into account what your metabolic factors and parameters are, your relationship to food.
When are we going to stop saying relationship with food? It just triggers me so much to hear that. It's like, oh, your health is determined by your weight. No, it's not. There's more to it because I'm clearly obese, but just because I'm obese doesn't mean I'm unhealthy because a lot of the weight that I have is actually muscle. You can see I'm not a fat guy. I'm actually not overweight at all. However, I'm overweight according to BMI. But you can't just say you're healthy based on your relationship with food. You eat food. If you actually have a relationship with food, then I would say you need to work on that because you shouldn't be courting a banana. It's not something you should do. I mean, if you want to date food, it's 2021. If you want to start dating, courting friggin' fruit and vegetables, be my guest, but I think you should work on that because I would suggest relationships should be with people.
And if we're not going to look at it more holistically, I think what that does is it marginalizes people in bigger bodies.
Plus, not everyone can lose weight.
I disagree with whoever that announcer was. He just said, not everybody can lose weight. Wrong! Every freaking human being on this planet can lose weight. All it takes is a calorie deficit. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're losing weight. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying everyone should lose weight. I'm saying everyone can lose weight. We're trying to correct this and make accurate statements. And it's not accurate in saying not everyone can lose weight. Everyone can lose weight.
That's a very common myth that everybody should have.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the willpower and you are in a deficit, of course you're going to lose weight. But it's harder for people. Not everyone has it easy. I keep preaching how it's genetics. Here we have a list. Genetic predispositions, family history, past medical history, your relationship with food. Can't we just stop saying your relationship with food? How about we change it to, if you're a moron when it comes to eating food? You know, like, you don't understand how many calories are in food, or you eat crap like donuts and candies for breakfast, or that you don't understand it's calories in, calories out. You think that you can somehow magically burn all the calories from fat just by eating at a certain window. Hope you learned something. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette IB Pro. The bloopers are over there. At least watch one of them. Follow me on the Instagram, the TikTok, and buy my freaking cookbook. And until next time, I am out. Let's change relationships with food to, are you a moron when it comes to food?